Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today is another sketchbook doodles video, but I think I'm gonna try to keep sketchbook doodles out of the title for now. I'll put them in the thumbnail and they'll still be in the same playlist, but I am trying to figure out what is causing specifically my sketchbook doodles videos to have their comments disabled. Because it's happened like I think almost 3 weeks in a row. Every Monday the sketchbook doodles video would have their comments basically just disabled, and I would have to turn them on several times throughout the day until it finally stays as that. I'm not sure what's triggering it, if it's the mention of maybe the Crayola Super Tips, or it's the mention of doodle in the title. Maybe they think it's deemed for children or something, not too sure. So we're gonna kind of play around with the titling of the video today. So yeah, I'm hoping that the comments are not disabled. I appreciate all the people who always message me saying that the comments are disabled or anything like that. Thank you very much for letting me know. I'm gonna try to stay on top of these if I can. I usually wake up pretty late in the day, especially on a Monday for me, so I don't notice right away, but I'll wake up on time so that I can make sure to check before that goes up and that it's working properly. Okay, so let's talk about the spread for today, or I guess 2 spreads. The first half of the video is going to be of 17, and I'm basically going to be merging 2 of my doodling methods that I like to use in my sketchbook often. So the past few spreads, I think I've done a lot of like marker videos where I've used the Crayola Super Tips or the Magic Fly markers, and recently the Ohuhu markers, to use them for doodling and basically doing the line work with the markers and then the colors with the markers as well, kind of like color blocking and picking specific color palettes that I think will suit the characters or suit the whole spread nicely. But another method that I really like to do in my sketchbook obviously is just plain graphite drawing. I love working with the pencil and being able to like push values a little bit more. Oh geez, there's like kids screaming outside and it's like 10:30 p.m. so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I love using graphite, I love using pencil, and just being able to push values and being able to keep things looking quite sketchy for the most part. But the way how I like to sketch is very much, I try my best not to erase too much if I don't need to, and I think it also helps that I have a kneaded eraser. Why? What is going on? Hopefully you guys can't hear that. There's like a bunch of screaming kids outside. I'm pretty sure we got new neighbors, and I know they have like a younger kid, and I know it's a couple living there, but I'm not sure if they have more than one kid or anything like that. I have no idea what's going on basically. So maybe they have a bunch of kids and they're just being a little rowdy today. Who knows? I got sidetracked really badly. Shading. Okay, no, sketching. So I usually do a lot of like just sketchy lines in the beginning, plan things out, and I try not to erase too much just out of habit, because sometimes when I get to a certain point, like right now, when I start to push the values a lot, there's sometimes no going back with the eraser, and I've limited myself usually to using a kneaded eraser. So any erasing that I can do will be for light lines and usually in the beginning portion, and then when I'm doing a bit more detail and kind of fleshing things out, making things look a little bit more refined or filling in value, where I'm using more pressure and pushing the values more to be quite dark, I don't really erase that much. And I don't think I really need to erase as much when I'm doing the sketchy lines. I know some people like to erase their sketchy lines to keep their sketch really looking clean. I usually leave them in. I can't speak. I usually leave them in because I like having the sketchy lines there. I like being able to see part of the artist process, but also when I start to shade and kind of push values and try to flesh out a little bit of the form of like either the clothing or the hair or like the face and stuff, if I really push it, a lot of the lines will be covered anyways. So yeah, so I'm basically going to be mixing both the graphite drawing sketches, I guess, with the markers. Markers I'm using kind of as accent colors and kind of treating them as a way to doodle on top or after my sketches. So I've done this in the past with other markers before, and sometimes I used to use, I think it's like the Staedtler Tri Plus fine liners, and I would doodle with them, and I would watch like an episode of something. Oftentimes during those times, I guess I was watching old Going 17 episodes, but I guess like, okay, let's see, during those times I guess they were like the ones that were currently being posted. And before, it used to be Going 17 episodes were more like behind the scenes, so I did a lot of like behind the scenes stuff, and they always say like ridiculous things, so I love putting like speech bubbles, different sayings, the captions and stuff, because the Going 17 team was very diligent with posting pretty much English subs and stuff, which was really nice. If not, I would have to wait for a bunch of translating teams and stuff to re-upload the episodes. But I decided to do some sketches from the recent Going 17 episode. Well, I guess when this comes out, it's not really recent at this point. This is episode, I think, 39, which is like their version of Infinity Challenge or the Infinite Challenge or whatever it's called. So they are basically doing these little challenges to prep for the large challenge, which is them pushing vehicles. So yeah, they're pushing, I think, a mini bus or something, a mini van, and then a normal sized van. But yeah, it was very entertaining to watch. I love watching Going 17. I think I realized how much I miss watching them on time. I think before, when I did more 17 fan art, I know a lot of you guys wish I did more 17 fan art, but I think I'm hitting a point where I need to take a break from drawing 17 for content or for posting, and just drawing for myself. I think there's just too much pressure for some reason for me, so I've been trying to push back a little bit, and that's why I've been drawing a lot more like VTuber stuff, Genshin stuff. I've been mostly focusing on VTuber stuff because that's what I'm really enjoying right now, and I enjoy posting artwork and being able to talk to you guys about it. But I will go back and do more 17 stuff hopefully soon. But yeah, I just wanted to do a few sketches of them, and I decided to keep it a little bit simple. I kept with only 2 colors, or I guess technically 1 color, which is a bright, almost like a reddish orange, so that we could have like a pop of color. And then I always use a black, either for outlines, or in this case I'm using it to help almost make a shadow for the lettering or any of the borders and stuff, and it just really makes it pop. I did this for like a few spreads of another character, and I used orange and black, and it really fit the person's color scheme, and I really liked it, so I thought I could do something like a little bit similar. But yeah, so in order, I drew Joshua first, or Shua, then I believe I drew Seungwon, which is in the top left. I believe Seungwon is in the top left, then Shua. So below Seungwon is Vernon, just a really random doodle. And then I'm trying to draw Channy or Dino along with Seungwon, and then below Seungwon and Dino will be another doodle of Dino. And then after that, I will do another spread. I've been trying my best to kind of plow through my sketchbook as much as I can, but these doodles, as much as I love doing these usually, they take a significantly longer time than my marker doodles or my pen doodles or anything like that, because I really sometimes just get really stuck into wanting to flesh things out, wanting to render, wanting to, push values and stuff as much as I can. There's sometimes some doodles that I just let go and like don't really care for, and I feel like that was the first 3 doodles. So Joshua looks a little weird, Seungwon looks a little weird, and Vernon turned out a little derpy. And I think by the time I was starting this one, I was trying to fix up Dino so many different times. Like I said, I try not to erase too much, but if it bothers me, I will erase. So you probably saw me erase a lot for the one of Dino, which is the one I'm doing right now. And I don't know. I think by this time I was getting a little bit more comfortable. And then the second spread, I decided to pick 2 colors. So I think I picked orange and teal, and then I'll pair it up with the black, because I just like using the black as something that makes it look kind of poppy. It almost makes it look a little like comic-ish because of like speech bubbles, bold text that kind of pops out and stuff. I think it just looks really cute, and it's just a great way to add color to a spread. I think as much as I enjoy doing graphite drawing or like pencil drawing and stuff, the one thing I do miss sometimes is having that pop of color on a sketchbook spread. I just think it looks more fun. It looks a little bit more inviting that way. So yeah, I've been trying to kind of balance the both. Every time I have a sketchbook, every time I look at it, there's like, you can see clear phases. I'll definitely talk about this in the sketchbook tour, which hopefully will come up in the next few weeks or so. I am assuming if I am diligent enough, I might be able to finish off the sketchbook. You guys are seeing this on Monday, so hopefully this week, and then I'll be able to post next Monday's video, hopefully being the last spread or the last page of the sketchbook, and then the following Monday of that hopefully will be the sketchbook tour. That is what I'm hoping for, and yeah, I'm just really ready to start a new one. I just want a new start again, I think. And I keep saying I think. I know I am kind of bothered always by the start of a new sketchbook and the end of a sketchbook. So at the start of the sketchbook, if your book is quite high, sometimes drawing on the left side of the page is a little difficult. And then when you're getting to the back side, usually the right side will be like elevated from the desk or whatever you're using, so it gets harder and harder for me to film a little bit more properly. I usually draw at like an angle, so it doesn't really bother me as much, but when I'm drawing on a desk, sometimes I forget to place like either my, I don't know, a few boards underneath or a phone charger or even my phone underneath my sketchbook, so it kind of balances out. Oh, that's another thing. So usually when I work with graphite, I have to use kind of like spare or scrap pieces of paper to put in between my pages so they don't smudge. Because the way how I like to use pencil obviously is that I start off light and a little bit sketchy, and then as I start to refine and push the values, I press quite hard so we can get good contrast and a fuller range for the values, and it kind of makes indentations or the other page, like the back side, like press into the next page, which I don't want to kind of mess up the look of it. So usually until like I'm a couple of pages ahead, I will start removing the papers from them. But this is only for doodles where I've heavily used graphite. And okay, I'm gonna try to carry off where I left off. Got a little interrupted, which is okay, but kind of lost my train of thought. I believe I was talking about keeping papers in between pages of my sketchbook spreads, and basically once you get farther along your sketchbook, your like the amount of pressure you press on the page doesn't affect the other pages that have graphite as much anymore. So usually when I'm, I think maybe 5 pages in, I will start removing the ones from like the previous pages so I can reuse them for future pages. And it's just like a good way for me to keep scrap pieces of paper in my sketchbook, especially if your sketchbook has like a back pocket. It's a good way to store them there. Yeah, I'm out of breath right now. I don't know why. So yeah, the second spread that I decided to do, so I wanted to draw some girls, and I've been listening to Rocket Punch a lot recently. They are a girl group from Woollim Entertainment, and if you are familiar with Lovelyz, Golden Child, Infinite, it's basically another group under the same company. So I'm still sad that Lovelyz disbanded a few months ago, or a month ago or so. But I do love Rocket Punch a lot. I think they're highly underrated. But their new song, I think it's called Chiquita, which is a kind of like their comeback song basically. But there's another song that I really like, which is called In My World. It's very retro feeling as well. Chiquita is very retro feeling too, but yeah, I don't know. I think I like In My World a little bit more than their title track. I think both of them do really well, and Rocket Punch in general I think fits the retro concept quite well. And I don't know, I want them to be more well known, but also I just love the girls a lot, so I wanted to do a little bit of sketching while watching some of their performances and stuff. So I thought it'd be just a good way to, you know, draw a few more females here and there, because I mostly draw males and I don't sketch girls as often as I used to. So I think, I don't know if I talked about this, but in the past, like in I think the beginning of uni and the brunt of high school, I guess, I actually drew girls the most. Most of my OCs were females, and then I think when I got really into like lovelies, I would draw portraits of them a lot. But then after that, I kind of switched to drawing like GOT7 and then Infinite, or I guess Infinite, then GOT7. I drew a little bit of BTS during that time, and then in uni is kind of when I went into 17 super heavily, because that's when they debuted. And then yeah, it kind of just sprung forward to me mostly drawing males, because most of the content that I consumed is usually the person is a male, which is why. So I usually get questions on why I don't really draw females a lot, so that's probably the reason why. I do enjoy drawing them, because like, you know, you get to draw a little bit more different hairstyles, because a lot of males tend to have shorter hair and they don't style it as intricate, I guess. I used to draw a lot of like the back sides of females, because I would draw like curly hair, I'd draw wavy hair, I'd draw like bridal aesthetics and stuff like that, or like prom dresses and stuff. I used to draw a lot of those in high school, because I just really liked the aesthetic of it. I think partly because, I don't know, I think in the beginning, like in high school, I feel like I was a little bit more girly. And then in uni, I went full blown, like, I just care about being comfortable. I don't care about interacting with people. And I became super antisocial, where I didn't really care about my appearance too much. And then now I don't know, I kind of fluctuate. So in terms of fashion, aesthetically, what I like looking at, I love dark academia, but like what I wear is very much like hoodies, sweaters, cardigans, anything that is mostly long sleeve. I don't know why. I love long sleeves. If it covers my hands, the better. And I wear leggings a lot, kind of thing. I stopped wearing jeans like a long time ago, but yeah, I just care about getting like mostly comfortable. But I love the aesthetic of like more flowy things, like flowy dresses, floral patterning and stuff, but I don't think they suit me, so I don't have the confidence to wear them. But I would draw them a lot, so I feel like, yeah, I'm kind of going back and forth. Maybe that's why I keep changing Sato's aesthetic. So sometimes she's really girly, sometimes she's really like tomboyish, but I feel like it's also like you don't have to be stuck in a bubble, right? But for me, I think I just prefer being comfortable, so that's probably what I'm just gonna leave that as. I probably just went on a full-blown random rant. So in order, I've drawn Judy, and then I drew Yoonkyung, and then Dahyun, and then I'm gonna draw Sohee next. Now, all 4 of these, even my 17 doodles, are borderline, like, they don't really look like the members. I'm just drawing them for fun. I don't draw Rocket Punch all that often. I was trying to draw more Rocket Punch fan art in the very beginning when they first debuted, but I kind of stopped because I just ran out of time to do it. But I would like to get back into it eventually, so I apologize if you're a fan of either of these. Like if you're a Carrot or a Ketchy, I apologize that they don't probably look like the members, but I did have a lot of fun playing around with the colors a little bit for the markers and putting some text around them that kind of fit the whole theme. I used a little bit, I think I used some of the English words from their song and then placed it around whoever was singing that part. So yeah, so he had the one for, I think she's had something with light, and then Dahyun had something with sorry, and then Yoonkyung, I don't think she had anything that I could directly quote without me needing to write the Korean, because I don't want to write something wrong for something like this, so I wanted to stick with English. But I think also the kind of like teal blue with the orange looked really nice with the black, so that was kind of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's rambly video. Don't take anything I said like in this video too seriously. It's literally just me spilling my thoughts for no reason. But yeah, if you guys see this video, hopefully I'll be streaming today as well, so do check it out. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'll talk to you guys next time with another video. Bye!